Welcome back, and if this is your first time, you're now checking out He Cooks, He Scores. I'm your boy Farouk, aka Chef Farouk in the building, and today we're gonna be treating our family and our ladies to breakfast. That's right, this is a perfect thing to serve up on Valentine's Day. I have my French toast with bananas and ginger. So we got it going down right here. We're gonna make the French toast, we're gonna make the sauce all from scratch. Let's get it cracking, all right? Speaking of cracking, we got these eggs right here. We're gonna start out with our eggs, throw them in over here. I'm actually gonna shoot these in the basket. He cooks, he scores. There we go, baby. So we're gonna start out about 4 eggs right now. Get about 6 French toasts or so going. All right, so we got eggs and we're gonna add some buttermilk. I got buttermilk right here, low fat buttermilk, whole buttermilk. You can also use half and half of milk, but I personally like to use the buttermilk. Pour that in there. And this is really, really good, man. It's gonna be a filling breakfast. You don't need to add eggs with it or add French toast or add, add bacon, because we already got the French toast here. Then we're gonna add some vanilla extract, probably about teaspoon and a half. You guys know me, and if you don't, you're gonna find out I don't really do a whole bunch of cooking with measurements. So that's that. And we're gonna also take some cinnamon, sprinkle that in there. Remember, cinnamon goes a long way. You know, it's really gonna stretch out and go very, very far. So you don't need much. I'd say probably about a half a teaspoon approximately. Then we're gonna mix in some nutmeg. Same thing, probably about a quarter teaspoon to half teaspoon of nutmeg there, just for that small batch. Get that all whisked up. You see that stretch right there you got going on? That stretch is kind of what you want. You don't want it to be too stretchy, too thick. All right, I'm also gonna add some granulated sugar. There's some white sugar here. I wanna say probably about 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of sugar right there in your custard mix there. I'm gonna get that all going. And these French toasts, man, they're bananas. No pun intended. Actually, I did mean that, you know. I'm like the king of puns if you ever seen me up on the BattleBot show. All right, so we got everything we need in there. We got our bread, bringing our bread in here. Now this is like thick cut bread. It's called French toast bread where I'm from, where I get mine. You also can use like Texas toast, anything thick cut. If you want to buy about a loaf, just make sure you slice it real thick, because it's gonna you really wanna sit this in here in this custard to let it really soak up. And the bread you're gonna feel is gonna be a little dry, but you want it to get good and moist in this custard. Really let it sit in there. I don't know, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, let it flip around a little bit. Each slice, okay? And while we got that going, I'm gonna take some butter here and get some butter going in our pan, because we wanna make sure our pan is good and lubricated, and you know, butter makes everything better, baby. Now, our first piece of French toast should be just about set right now. Yeah, it's gonna be good. You want it to be a little bit on the soggy side, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and let that ride. And let's get this going here. I'm just gonna throw this over my shoulder like I always do, man. This is like my style. Whenever I'm cooking, I got a towel over the shoulder. It stays there even when I'm done cooking and I'm eating. So that's how I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna take our first piece. We're gonna throw that on there. Should hear a nice little sizzle. We're gonna keep these going. You're gonna repeat this. Shift these babies over, everybody can share. You're gonna check the bottom. You're gonna get a nice little brown, crispy side on the bottom there, and that's when you'll know that's done, all right? Now while those are going, I'm gonna start slicing up my bananas here. You wanna use bananas relatively ripe. You don't want to use anything that's too unripe, so no green on your bananas when you go to do that, when you go to use them. Peel them off. You want to cut them on a bias. Now, what does that mean, cutting them on a bias? You're going to cut them on an angle. It's just going to make it look pretty, man. That's all about. It's going to be presentation. Your family's going to be impressed with what you do, so you're going to make sure that you really, everything you want to do, you want to make it look pretty. Restaurant quality. And we're going to check in on our French toast. Let's grab a spatula here and see what we're working with. I'm gonna flip this to the back because I'm gonna get started on our sauce. Our brown sugar sauce. Brown sugar, babe. All right, here we go. So we got that going. Now in this pan right here, you wanna start out with about quarter cup of butter, half a stick, small stick right here. We'll get all that butter in there. This is really like a butter sauce. It's gonna be pretty much like our syrup. You're not gonna need syrup with this, and you don't wanna put the bananas in there too early. A lot of these recipes are either inspired by things I had at restaurants, or, you know, things that I just literally wake up with and comes to my mind. Then while this is going, I got some dark brown sugar here. You can feel free to use any kind of brown sugar you want, light, dark, golden. You know, they say the darker the sugar, the sweeter the juice, baby. So here we go. So we throw this up in here. And this is about a half a cup to 3/4 cup or so of brown sugar. We'll let that get in there with the butter. Let that do its thing. We're gonna check in on our French toast. Make sure our other side is cooking just nicely. in a good French toast, you want the center to be like a little soft. You don't want it to be like dried out. I remember when I was back in the day, I used to make French toast with like regular whole wheat bread. And man, when I think back on it, it was all so dry. Like, what was I doing? I thought I was doing the business too. I got my brown sugar, my butter. Now we got some ginger. I got some fresh ginger right here that I'm going to grate up. And we know when you use ginger, don't use it a whole lot. But let me tell you a little tip. You can take what you need, put it in the freezer, take it out, it shreds just like that. This is straight out the freezer right here. I'm going to grate this down here. Get all that scraped down. There we go. My wife loves ginger, so that's why I'm doing that in here. All right. Just giving that a little stir. And this is about what we're looking for right here. We got our butter and sugar melding together pretty good. It's going to create a nice syrup. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna turn that down to low now and then we're gonna add my other little piece. This is spiced rum. That's right, we're gonna put our spiced rum in there. You can also use whiskey. I got some vanilla whiskey in the cabinet. I thought about using it today, but I was like, I'm gonna stick it with the rum right here. We're gonna throw that in there in a second after I get my French toast going, because I know that these guys are gonna be beautiful. We're gonna put these in the oven. They on low, they're gonna keep warm right there. Get a little flambe action. We're about to turn the heat up in the kitchen, baby. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna add our spice rum. Again, you wanna use about half an ounce to maybe an ounce, depending on how much flavor you wanna have in there. Just gonna add a lot of heat there. Get a little, should be able to get a little action here. So there we go. Turn off our light. You can see that fire burning, a little flambe action right there. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. And that's all this is doing, is that the alcohol is just cooking off. Alcohol is just cooking off, so don't worry, you can still feed this to your kids. I'm gonna add just a little bit more butter. And then our bananas. We don't wanna overcook our bananas. We wanna go ahead and let those not get too soft. Right now, we got a good consistency on this banana, and we want it to still have that good bite, all right? Bananas go in, we on low, on the stove. Money, money, money. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. You really only want to get us a quick toss, you know, not too much. Make this for breakfast for your lady. You're gonna be in there like swimwear, I promise you. Our French toast out of the oven, because we're ready for these buddies. Don't worry, I got good fingers here. It's a little hot, but I can manage. Okay. Then we're gonna slice it and show you how to present it on the plate, and we're gonna be good to go, my man. Take 3 of these, slice them in triangles, all right? So you're gonna slice them on diagonal. Money, money, money. On a diagonal. And you can use 2, 3, you can use 5, however you wanna do it. Let's go with this one right here. There we go. Now it's time to plate these bad boys up, my man. Let's see what we're working with. It's something good for the kids to get into too. They can check it out. Laying those up just like that. We're gonna serve them up really, really good. Take our sauce here. And look at this, just take some of these bananas, pour right on. Money shot right there. Look at it, this is a money shot. Look at that, boy. Boy, I can't wait to dive into these. Right there, getting those bananas right there on the plate. You can take a little extra sauce and just whirl it around. Look at that, money. It's a beautiful thing right there, beautiful, beautiful thing. And now, ain't nothing to it but to dive into it and taste this bad boy right here. And I forgot a fork. I need to grab me a fork. Here we go. Got some French toast right there. Some sauce, some banana. Here we go, look at this. 1, 2. I'm going for the big bite, baby, big bite. I mean, yo, real talk. French toast perfect, not overly cooked. Nice soft center, bananas perfectly caramelized with that brown sugar ginger. It is going down right here. You really get a subtle kick of that rum. Man, you serve this up, you only need one more thing and I got you covered, baby. You already know what it is for brunch, baby. Get that champagne going, little mimosa action, and you all set. It's gonna be on and popping, baby. I'm gonna do a little mimosa action. Get the champagne going. Get a little OJ going. And you know, you gotta top it off. You gotta finish it, baby, with the strawberry on top. This is how we're getting down, baby. It's game time. Go out there and impress your ladies. It's Valentine's Day. Make it happen for a birthday, anniversary, whatever. He cooks, he scores. Now make sure you follow us on all social media, Facebook, Twitter at He Cooks, He Scores. Also on Instagram at HeCooks.HeScores. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, follow, share, like. You already know what it is. He cooks, he scores.